Hey everyone, this is the Geeky Panda here on the Geeky Panda blog, trying to guys with another video commentary. Name of the game is Halo Reach on the Xbox 360. I'm joined by, yet again, Time Enforcer Dubis from ShewsLostControl.net.
Howdy.
And here we're going to be talking about a very important subject, especially to you gamers out there, and especially to the gamers that were in our generation and the previous ones. Of course, we're going to be talking about split-screen LAN gaming versus the online game. And clearly, we all know where it's leading to.
Yeah, unfortunately. For better or worse.
For better or worse. What we're talking about is how online gaming is basically making not only developers, but also you gamers out there to be like, we don't need split screen, or we don't need a LAN network capabilities for our console or PC gaming. You know, we like to play online multiplayers on our screen with our friends across the country or across the street, which, again, online gaming has brought us together. It is definitely one of the best things to happen to it, but at the same time, it is a double-edged sword effect.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's really easy to use, to be perfectly honest, but it doesn't give you that. You get a sense of community when you're able to get together with a bunch of people in one room and play Unreal Tournament 2004, or when you're able to get 4 people around the TV and play Sonic Shuffle,
or Halo Combat Evolved,
or Halo, or GoldenEye.
Ooh, GoldenEye, or Mario Party, even. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Come on. Like, these experiences is what we grew up on.
Yeah.
For the newer generations out there, I feel so bad that they cannot experience what we experienced. Like, they might in their own similar way, but never on the scale of what we had.
No.
Anubis, again, lay it down for us a little bit. Tell us about your experiences with split screen and LAN gaming.
So, I mean, a lot of when I was a kid, split screen was the thing. Because I grew up back with the Sega Saturn and went into the Sega Dreamcast and all that. And this before online gaming got real big. So, it was split screen. It was me and homeboy playing virtual on top, bottom, or left, right, and 2 people, 4 people with the Dreamcast, all sitting around the same TV, playing the same game on the same screen. As far as LAN goes, my experience with LAN actually extends more into the internet age, because that's when I started really getting into PC gaming hardcore. But I remember specifically, my friend and I used to play Dungeon Siege. Like, he was across the street, and we would play Dungeon Siege, trade IP addresses, and we'd play like that. But it's something it's not something that I've done for a very long time. Anything like that.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like a nostalgic memory.
It really is.
Yeah, like for myself, I grew up with the Nintendo consoles, with the SNES, and then eventually the N64. And with the N64, I was like, holy crap, I could have up to 4 people playing with me on the same TV, and we played games like GoldenEye, Perfect Dark. We played Mario Party, Mario Kart, you know, Pokemon Stadium minigames. And then with the introduction of like the internet age when it was coming in, you know, with LAN stuff, I had so much fun getting together with my friends, getting our original Xboxes to play some Halo Combat Evolved multiplayer, and then eventually Halo 2 as well. It was so much fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Like, what's better than going online, playing with your friend, you know, trash talking him and having a fun time, being right there beside you, doing it right there.
Exactly.
Because split screen gaming and LAN gaming are two essential things that complete a social experience. Even though, yes, we are gamers, social life be damned, but this is the thing that helps us keep having a social life and social interaction. And these are the things that help give us some great memories.
Oh yeah.
And it's sad to see that nowadays it's, LAN game, split screen gaming is not as big of a priority to some developers as to others. And then you also got like LAN capable games, or again, they're being phased out like fucking crazy because people are opting for just their own matchmaking, the developers or the publishers' matchmaking system.
Yep, they're trying to keep control over basically the entire setup and the entire, I don't know the word, the entirety of their game online setup. It's basically what they're trying to keep control over.
Yeah, in one thing, I can see why they want to do it, but another thing, you're just limiting yourselves to the communities you can do. Like, what happens if the internet got out and you want to get together for something? You gotta try to find a game.
Exactly.
You can start up Steam offline, but how many of those games support LANs?
Right.
To me personally, I just hate to see it. And then even when some games out there does have a split screen setup, but it is not, it's not pieced together right. Like,
no, it's basically like it's a welfare version of what's available with the full on internet capability.
Yeah. Or it has issues, including certain features are disabled, but most noticeably is the frame rate.
Oh yeah.
Try playing Rainbow Six Vegas on a split screen. You're not gonna have fun. Try playing Halo 4 on a 4-player split screen setup. Like Anubis, remember when me and you did split screen on Halo 4?
Yep.
Remember how much the frame rate was sucking?
Yeah.
Like, I kind of want to say to developers, like, I know you want to make the game like the best looking thing ever, but sometimes you need to sacrifice that graphical power, that gameplay mechanic of a smoother gameplay experience.
Yeah, we're not gonna complain. There's gonna be like 8 people who complain about that total.
Yeah.
The people who actually are gonna play your game don't really care about that.
Yeah, I love hosting game nights. We had one just recently. Like a LAN party, when people think about it, they think, oh, it must be like this massive 16+ player setup. No, private LAN parties could be considered just 2 players minimum.
Oh yeah.
And what we had last week, it was the 3 of us, and for another person that's up here, but it was like basically three of us, including ourselves, playing Halo Reach. We had our TVs, we had pizza, we were living the experience.
Yeah, it was a great time.
Yeah, we had so much fun because it was all right there. When we lost together. When we won, we were like, yeah!
Exactly.
And it's like moments of like, hey, did you see that shot? Like, yeah! Like, you just turn around and instead of like talking to the mic, you're like, hey!
Yeah, it's an entirely different experience between talking into a mic and that person being just to your right.
Yeah, it's definitely something that online gaming will never fulfill.
No. And to a certain extent, what it goes back to is the arcade experience.
Yeah.
Because that's all in-person interaction. That's where like all the trash talk developed. That's where the community really developed. And when you go back to LAN and split screen gaming, that's going back to that. That's going back to our roots.
And we're not talking about some Chuck E. Cheese experience or Dave and Buster's, which are great in their own right. But we are talking about arcade centers. Dedicated
arcade. Dedicated arcade. You go in, you put quarters in the machine, and you play Virtual On.
You put quarters in the machine. There were, fighting games was the name of the game. And it was either, you prove yourself or you die trying. And people had fun just getting together, playing fighting games. Like, I think the thing that will keep lasting, fighting games will always have that setup.
Fighting games will always have that too. Well, not Not really. To a certain extent, no. Because, and like, this is the one bad thing about Virtual On Oratorio Tangram on the Xbox Live Arcade. It doesn't have a split screen mode. That's the one bad thing about it. That's the one negative thing the one thing they could have added to make that game perfect. But doesn't have a split screen mode. So to a certain extent, we are seeing that go away a tiny bit. So I hope it's an isolated incident, but
Yeah.
I sincerely hope it doesn't become a trend among fighting games, because if it does, that's a real shame.
Yeah, because again, the newer generations of gamers out there don't even know what it felt like to be in that arcade center, to get your consoles or just PCs together and have fun with everyone around you.
Yeah, and that's sad. That an entire generation of people, and most likely subsequent generations of people, are never going to have that arcade experience.
Yeah. Granted, there are some games out there like Halo and Call of Duty that still have that experience available. But you know what? One console developer, is still keeping strong with that idea.
Which one?
Nintendo.
To a certain extent, you're right. As much as I hate to admit it, you are 100% correct.
Because they're always like, hey, we understand the value of online multiplayer, but we cannot forget our roots with split-screen gaming. Look at the games they had. Always offered up to 4-player, split-screen gaming when the game is multiplayer focused.
Yeah.
Look at the Wii. Tons of party games to play. Look at the Wii U. Yes, it is sucking right now in the race. But as far as split-screen gaming goes, you would have a more enjoyable experience with that with your friends than something like Call of Duty 4-player or... Wow. I want to say, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Rayman Legends, which even though Rayman Legends is only up to 2 players, but it's still a lot of fun, but still... Nintendo is still kind of keeping that sense of, we understand it. It makes us bring us back, basically.
Basically.
So, in hindsight, what can you do, you the gamers yourselves, to help fix this problem?
My thing is support the games that are doing what you want games to do.
Yeah. Also, be vocal.
Yeah.
Yeah, like keep on doing it, but don't be like that. Oh, I want you to do it, and then just type the thing and then do nothing about it.
Don't be like the Modern Warfare 2 boycott. Remember that?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
We're bringing it back. Yeah, just also, if you want to have people realize why it's so much fun, host your own game night, host your own LAN party.
Yeah, let's bring it back. Let's bring the community element back. Let's bring the in-person multiplayer face-to-face trash talk back.
Yeah, like I'm planning to host a game night event with me and my friends once every month, because it's always good just like that time of just brings us back to our childhood memories and we have just had fun together. Games.
Exactly.
It can be a very social thing. Like I hate it when parents say, or people say, "Oh, it's not a social experience." It is.
Yeah,
it's just
it is when you make it one.
It is when you make it one. It's just being clouded by multiplayer gaming.
Exactly.
So again,
even online multiplayer, even if you're doing that, even getting together with the people you're playing with, and do all of you do an online multiplayer, that's still fantastic.
It's still considered a LAN party because you're all there together playing.
Yep. Me and my friends used to run WoW raids with all of us in the same room. The rest of the raid was off wherever they are in the world, but all of us are still in the same room and we're all still talking.
Yep. And if you have any questions about how to host your own LAN party, stay tuned for a future video where I go over what you need to have, what you need to do, and how you set it up. That video will be a future video. Stay tuned for that. I'll give you all the important details you need to know. But I think we made our point clear.
Definitely.
Developers, please do not skip out on the split screen and LAN supported gaming.
Yes. Support local multiplayer.
Support local multiplayer. No matter how big or small, support it.
Yes.
Because sometimes the internet goes out, or you don't have internet, and what do you do?
Yep. Gotta support that arcade experience.
Yep, because it keeps bringing us back.
Arcades are dead, so that's the only way we can keep supporting that experience.
Yep. So, again, Anubis, thank you for coming and giving your opinion on this.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, as of, check out his website at she'slostcontrol.net. Also, comment down on the box. Do you remember the time going to the arcades, split screen gaming on the N64 or Xbox, or taking part in a LAN party event? Tell us your experiences. I love to hear them. Please also support my channel by subscribing and liking my content. And above all else, this is the Geeky Panda here on the Geeky Panda blog signing out. So remember, stay geeky, my friends.